At the wedding banquet, my fiancé arrived late with his first love in a best man's outfit, while the groom's suit was thrown on the sofa in a mess. Quentin, today is our wedding. Natalie! Quentin interrupted me sharply, his eyes full of warnings. I think you should know what to say and what not to say. Be accommodating and don't make me hate you. I laughed bitterly. Just because Quentin's first love lost her memory, everyone was playing a game of finding memories with her, so we had to hide it from her and coax her, and not overwhelm her. In order to comfort me, Quentin came forward and hugged me and whispered in my ear, Nat, you can understand me, right? I nodded to show my understanding, turned around, and took the hand of the real best man to join in holy matrimony. Later, when I was shopping in the mall while pregnant, he stopped me with tears in his eyes. Nat, we were all acting, weren't we? How did you get pregnant? The wedding hall was packed, but the groom was nowhere to be seen. Just as I was about to panic, Quentin Lawson finally appeared, dressed not as the groom, but as the best man. His arm was linked with Olivia Nevin, who was dressed in a flowing white gown. Together, they looked every bit like a couple. His groomsmen rushed over, pulling him aside. Are you out of your mind? Not only are you late, but you brought her. Quentin sighed, rubbing his temples. Liv's memory stopped at the day we kissed in high school. She thinks we've been together ever since. I couldn't just leave her behind. Olivia stood there, twirling her fingers like a lost schoolgirl. My gaze locked onto her hands. She was wearing my wedding ring. Quentin walked over, holding her hand in his. With a warm smile, he said to me, Natalie, congratulations. The hall fell silent. My voice trembled, unable to hide my frustration. You're congratulating me? Isn't today our— Natalie? Quentin cut me off, eyes flickering with panic. He glanced at Olivia, making sure she hadn't caught on, then turned back to me, his expression cold. I was stunned. He had never looked at me like that before. Back when news reports of domestic violence terrified me, Quentin had held me close and promised, I would never so much as raise my voice at you. If I ever treat you badly, may I be damned to the deepest hell. That promise still echoed in my ears. Yet now, he was telling me to be understanding. I swallowed my pain and nodded. Quentin let out a breath of relief, until I stepped past him and faced Olivia directly. I held out my hand. Olivia, sorry, but the ring on your finger is mine. Please return it. Olivia blinked in surprise, then suddenly burst into tears, turning to Quentin like a fragile flower in the storm. Quentin, isn't this the ring you gave me as a gift when I remembered our love? How could it be hers? Did you lie to me? Panic flashed across Quentin's face. He frantically wiped her tears. Don't cry, Liv. It breaks my heart to see you sad. I stood frozen, watching my groom shower another woman with affection. One of his groomsmen stepped in. My bad. I mixed up the rings. I was in charge of them today, and somehow Quentin's gift got switched with the wedding ring. Olivia pouted and yanked the ring off, tossing it to the floor in disgust. I don't wear other people's leftovers. The ring rolled to the side. I bent down to pick it up. A sharp pain shot through my hand. I looked up to see Olivia's high heel grinding against it. If I can't have it, no one can. The crowd gasped. I clenched my fists, just about to speak when— Enough! Quentin's voice was firm. I turned to him in shock. Guilt flickered in his eyes before he looked away and, without hesitation, kicked my wedding ring into the lake. I stared blankly as it vanished beneath the water. Once upon a time, he had cherished that ring, transported it across 7 countries, and proposed to me under the northern lights. Now he discarded it like trash. Olivia giggled and wrapped her arms around him. Quentin, you know I hate when my things get tainted by others. I know. Quentin patted her head with a loving smile. She turned to me, blinking in surprise. Natalie, why are you still sitting on the ground? Oh dear, I did steal your ring. How about this? She suddenly picked up a soda can tab and held it out excitedly. Here, let's use this as your wedding ring instead, just like in those TV dramas. So romantic, right? I took the soda can with shaking hands. The laughter in her eyes stoked my fury. I lifted the can, ready to splash its contents on her.